psychic intellect and made you my puppet.
It's a bullseye! And here's your host, Jim Boyd!
Perhaps today is a good day to die. Prepare for running speed!
Sir, there's another starship coming in. It's the Enterprise.
Bone, your shoulder bone connected to your neck bone, your neck bone connected to your head bone. Now hear the word of the Lord. Them bones gonna walk around.
Take a base of action. Green group, stay across the holding sector of each other.
Admiral, we have enemy ships in Sector 47.
It's a trap.
Double 007, Triple X.
Bond, what do you think you're doing?
Keeping the British end up, sir.
Nobody does.
Sorry if I scared you. You'll like this bit.
Yes, indeed, Lincoln. Yes, indeed. You will indeed like this bit. I'm actually quite liking this bit as well. What's going on? I've got a lot to go through tonight, right? I've got a lot to go through tonight. There is a lot going on. There is a lot going on with me in the channel, quite frankly, which I've got to talk to you all about, right? I have, should I break into it slowly? I don't know. How should I approach this? I've got a lot of new creative work coming out very, very soon, right? I've got a real bubbling of creative energy. That's actually a pretty good place to start. So, you know, in Judaism, in Kabbalah, there is the times of the year are all different, right? They all have different. They're all made up of different stuff, right? To do different things. We're in a period of time called Shovavim, right? Shovavim. That's it's a really how do I explain it? Okay, so the Bible is serialized in Judaism, right? And also each week on Sabbath, you read a section of the Bible, right? The Old Testament, and it goes consecutively one for another, right? So there are 5 books of the Bible. We've recently finished Genesis, and now we're on to Exodus. Now, Exodus in Hebrew is called Shemot, right? Shemos or Shemot. And so the word Shovavim comes from the, how many? The first six weeks in the book of Exodus. So you have, the first week is called Shemos, Exodus, then Ve'era, then Bo, Beshalach, Yisro, and Mishpatim, right? Those 6 weeks. Shovavim, right? You take the first letter and make Shovavim. So what that is that's where the creative energy for the whole year comes, right? It comes bubbling up through this time, and you should try and keep your mind away from sexual immorality, right? At this time, because that will send that creative energy awry, right? It will certainly send it awry. So I'm having a major. I think it's really majorly dovetailing into that. I'm going to tell you a story. It's going to sound like it's a bad story, but actually, I think it might be good, right? I think it might be good. So, if you're a regular viewer of the channel, you may well have noticed the last two and a half months I've been a bit out of sorts, right? I haven't been doing as much content as before, and I've been, generally speaking, I know about 2.5 months ago when it started, I was a bit wobbly, right? And I've actually had a massive emotional, anxieties. I've been really, I've been somewhat crushed and thrown around in this turbulent time, and it's just reached a point of stability, which is I'm really quite happy with. So here's what's going on, right? My marriage, right? My marriage, I have to say, it's been degenerating slowly for the last 10 years. You know, I had a string of failures that really like kicked me in the balls. Like I tried different creative projects and they all kind of failed. And it made me like more bitter and twisted, right? And then about 5 years ago, I had this thing with my synagogue where the rabbi like slanted me around town. And again, the thing that just blows my mind, it still blows my mind. It's like more unkosher than eating bacon to believe gossip. And it was like, yeah, I believe every single word of it. And like, how? Right? How? And that broke me, right? That brought me into a real mental breakdown, but I wasn't doing good beforehand, right? And my poor wife got the brunt of it, right? My poor wife got the brunt of it. I was incredibly, not physically, thank God, I was incredibly abusive to her for a very, very long time. I was very, very narcissistic. I mean, look, she was pretty abusive back to me, in all fairness. But like, yeah, I take responsibility for absolutely everything, right? And so it's been degenerating. And then about a year ago, it got to a point where we've had a very, very, very close relationship, like all my life, right? It got to a point where I just decided to stop talking to her, right, about stuff. And then she kind of gave up at the same time. See, my wife, she was waiting for me to get better, like a long, and again, she just gave up at the same time I did, really. And so again, this hit ahead. We had a relationship. It's a weird thing. Like we went out, we had a nice time together, but we would snipe at each other, and I was making her super miserable. So this came to head about 2.5 months ago, where we had this argument about nothing, right? About genuinely nothing, right? And we stopped talking for a couple of days. So I came home on Sabbath and said, okay, do you want to talk about it? And it came out that she was totally ready for a divorce. 100% ready. And she figured divorce couldn't be more awful than where I am right now, right? So that's essentially what, and that kind of threw me for a loop. And it's weird, right? This is really weird if it ever happens to you. The expression, the scales fall from your eyes. The scales fell from my eyes about how awful I've been to her. Again, she gave back to me too, but I've been really awful. Here's the thing. Take accountability for your own bullshit, right? And I am 100% accountable. I was genuinely emotionally abusive. I was like really rude to her all the time, right? And it really beat her up. Again, I really beat, again, not physically. But she still loved me. Weirdly, right? Weirdly, she still loved me, and I couldn't work out why until last night, right? And so we started couples counseling, and I started firstly, I was like profusely apologetic, right? And then she thought I would be like, fine, I'm out the door, leave me alone, I'm gone. I acted pretty much in the opposite way, and I was like, you're right about everything. And the truth is, she was. Right, 100% right. But this sent me into like this major, like emotional, mental breakdown when I realized how awful I was. Right, so we started counseling, couples counseling straight away, and it was a good thing. It was a very good thing. And the original plan was, we'll do this for 6 to 8 weeks, and essentially, I still don't. I do not want to get divorced, right? But then up until a couple of days, I was adamant I didn't. It was like the end of my life, right? And it kind of is. Listen, I'll lose my wife, and I'll also lose my marriage, which is something different to my wife, and I'll lose my house. I'll lose my dog. I'll lose my family. Like we wouldn't have the same family anymore. And it was just, again, the anxiety I was under because it was totally my fault. Anyway, so after about a week of a complete breakdown, I would say, then it got worse. I couldn't sleep. I was awake for 3 days, literally 3 days. I was like, I was this close away from being hospitalized, like genuinely. And that led me to another revelation that I'm insane. Well, I've got my own therapist as well now, which again I've spoken about this, but I was incredibly narcissistic. My therapist doesn't think I'm a narcissist. I don't know, but I lived deep in myself, right? And I couldn't really see anybody else. It was all about, everything was always all about me. I've always been egotistical. I mean, let's face it, but it only became like, nasty over the last 5 years. So so that actually led us to a good plateau. My wife and I's relationship got a lot better, right? But I mean, we had we share a house, we share a bedroom, right? But we're not like a couple right now. So that was freaking me out, right? Like that was very much freaking me out. And again, I had this crushing anxiety on me always, right? But I made like these incredible strides really, really early on. Like I realized what a shit I've been, right? Which really helped. And I started trying to get better. My wife also has a therapist now as well. And over the last couple of months, again, I've gone like up and down, because again, this has been an incredibly turbulent time for me. So it essentially came to the point where my wife realized and I realized that we had no separation between us, which was really bizarre. My therapist explained it really well. She had 3 different. Do I have a pen anywhere here? If I have a pen, I'll draw it out for you. It's a really clever little diagram. And of course I don't, right? Of course I don't. Fine, you're going to have to... I'm looking around. Oh, hey, there you go. Look at that. I bet it won't work. Let's find out, ladies and gentlemen. Hang on. Get a piece of paper. Okay. Here, we'll do this. Then we'll do... Actually, I'll make it a bit bigger. Wait. I'm working this out. Don't worry. Okay. There's that. And then there's... joint. Okay. So this is a rough diagram of rough diagram badly drawn of 2 different types of relationships. So you have the one up top, where you have the two circles, right? These are 2 different people. Their lives are separate, right? We all know people who have marriages like that. Like their lives are completely and totally separate. And they go online. But like a healthy relationship looks like this, where you got like 70% of your own boundaries, your own self, and about 30% in the middle where you join out and the magic happens. That's not the type of relationship I had, right? The type of relationship I had was like this. Hang on. One circle and another circle. There you go. The type of relationship I had was like this, where we're both essentially one on top of another. And again, we had no separation between us at all. And that's not very good. Again, that's where all the abuse came from. Because I didn't see a difference between her and me. Right? And she's very damaged. Right? I have no doubt that she loves me because she's still here, right? It's incredible. I think she should have divorced me years ago. She should have divorced me 5 years ago. I 4 or 5 years ago, right? Maybe 10 years ago, right? I couldn't have argued with it, right? But she loved me, right? Weirdly enough. So, but we have to separate. So I'm kind of separated from her now, but I'm not. It's like, we're still sharing a bedroom and a house, right? But like, I don't know. I would call her a lot. We would talk a lot and we'll chit chat a lot about stuff, especially during this counseling last couple of months, right? We were talking a hell of a lot more, right? But the trouble is, my wife she has no identity of her own, right? She wasn't feeling. She's very much grown from who she was when we got married, right? She's like she got a job about 5 years ago, and she's done very well with it with this charity. If you ever come to Israel, you got to go and check out the charity she works for. It's called Yad LaHakashish. It's a wonderful place, right? It's what they do is they have impoverished elderly go and work there, and they make trinkets, little things for gifts, right? And you've got different workshops. You've got the metal workshop, you've got the paper mache workshop, and you have like an artist who runs each workshop. And so these impoverished elderly, they get a paycheck, they get a hot meal, right? And they get to socialize. It's fantastic, right? It is so fantastic. And my wife does the tour of it, right? And she's become quite an important, I think, a very important fundraiser for them, right? So she's really grown, right? And she's like, what do I need this shit for? Right? What on earth do I need this shit for? So, and you know, I totally hear it. So anyway, so yeah, so basically we made the decision. I made the decision, strangely enough, that we stopped talking. I mean, we're not talking, but we're not talking. We're only going to talk for practical matters. Like tonight, my wife is out, right? She's visiting friends in, family who've just come to Israel. But here's the thing: normally we would have talked 4 or 5 times by now, right? We would have we would have been involved with it. We would WhatsApp one. We would be talking a lot. I haven't spoken to her, and I don't think I'm going to be speaking to her maybe till Wednesday, maybe Tuesday. And again, it's really weird. It's really, really weird for me. But what happened was this. Last night, right? And again, there wasn't a big ceremony, but that was the night that, you know, this separation was starting. So I came downstairs to my basement to YouTube. You know, I was on Dan's channel last night talking about Star Trek. And my wife, yeah, she does retreat in the bedroom to watch TV. You know, she's watching Lie to Me right now. You know, the Tim Roth show. And again, I haven't spoken to her since. And I will probably be in bed asleep by the time she gets home. She gets up before me. And tomorrow night, she's also going to be out late. And then Tuesday, she gets home late and do a live stream. So I might see her after the live stream. I don't know. But Wednesday we have couples counseling, and so we'll definitely see each other then. But an incredible thing happened, right? An incredible thing happened last night. I came downstairs and sat down, and I thought, wait a minute, who am I? Like without my wife, who am I? And I didn't know, right? I did not know. I couldn't think who I like. I know who I used to be, right? I used to be this, you know, kind of incredibly creative, interesting guy, right? And now I've just become this judgmental prick, mostly over the last 5 years, right? Yeah, that's how I just know. Judgmental prick. So, and I thought, well, I thought, well, what do I want to be? Who do I want to? What do I like doing? How did I define myself before I was married? And essentially, there were 2 prongs to my life, both of which have just fallen by the wayside. One, my religion. Now, like, I do study theology still daily, right? But I do it like I do the thing called Daf Yomi, when it's like there's this huge tract of Jewish law from 2,000 years ago, and you do a page a day, which everybody does the same page on the same day all around the world. If you do a page a day, it takes about 7.5 years to finish. I'm on my 2nd cycle of it. And I got to the point where I wasn't really learning. I was much more just reading it and turning the page, right? It had no effect on me, right? I used to listen to Jewish Bible classes a lot, you know, during the day. I was working, haven't done that for years and years and years and years and years. Right, there's 3 services there. You've got the morning service, afternoon service, and the evening service. I would go to synagogue for the morning service, but afternoon and evening I'll do those at home. Right, I'll say it like this: when I looked at myself last night, it was weird. You know, it's like the 3 doctors where they lift up Omega's mask, right, and he's not there. There's nothing there. There was no vestige of the man she married, right? There was no. I mean, it kind of they've got it beaten out of me, but there was no vestige of the man, the man she married. And I see it. I totally see it. This is not her words; these are mine. And so I think, what do I? First, I used to be a genuinely religious, a servant of God, and that not anymore. And I also used to be incredibly creative, right? I used to be able to I mean, look at this, right? It's over here. This is a book, right, called Doing Life, right, written by me. Personal mentor from father to son. This was my bar mitzvah present to my oldest son, who just had twins. He just had 2 babies, right? And it was basically my view on life. So this is from about 12 years ago. This is what I used to be like. I used to be able to do shit like this, right? I haven't done anything. I haven't done anything in years and years and years and years, right? So now my wife isn't like in my headspace at all, right? And it's really weird, right? I got all this space in my life, right? It's really so. I'm writing again. I started writing this thing today called Space Oddity, right? Hang on, this got a window open up. Okay, close down, go away. There you go. Called Space Oddity, and I'm about 800 words in. Right, I want to get up to doing like between doing 1 to 2,000 words a day. Right, and I'm going to be putting it out on my Substack. If you're on the paid Substack, you get it, right? Not the free one. I might put the first chapter out for free because that's me. But I'll also be doing it as a book on tape. So chapter 1 is called David Bowie, right? And it talks about the development of the first truly sentient AI, which is based on David Bowie, and how it was built and what happened with it. And then this is set several hundred years after that, because it was this huge thing when it came out. People were like, wow. It's a sentient AI and it's David Bowie. It's so cool, right? And then, after 30, 40 years, it's less cool, right? And it falls out of favor. And eventually, like a few hundred years later, it's put out as freeware on the the universal interweb. So I want to have the David Bowie be the operating system for a very isolated mining station, right? Somewhere in a distant part of space. And there's a guy who is the overseer of it, but it's on such a distant, detached part of space that you're basically isolated for minimally three months, right? So I figured that will reflect where I am as well. I'll be able to pull from autobiographical situation. Right, and I thought it'd be really cool at one point. Maybe the denouement was they face this huge time-space storm, which is actually called a Christopher Lee. Right, they built another AI based on Christopher Lee, who was out there. Christopher Lee was crazy. He was a heavy metal band. He was an actor. He was a spy. One of my favorite Christopher Lee stories is when he was making Lord of the Rings, and Wormtongue gets knifed in the back and played by Brad Dourif. Right, and Brad was going, ah! I said, no, dear boy, no. When you stab something back, they go, and he really knows, right? He really knows. So I thought, put him on an AI in a spaceship, and he'll like take it over, and he'll like break the boundaries of space, time, and reality, causing this massive psychostorm, which they got to weather. Right, so that's my first thing I got coming out, and as I said, I'm good 800 words into it already, which is a pretty good click for a first day. Also, I'm like I'm going to synagogue for all these services, and I'm studying a lot more. I'm listening to theological classes on tape. It's and I'm really getting back to who I used to be, right? So my therapist was really worried about me. I mean, a couple of therapists was really worried about me last time because I just been in so much pain, like just so much intense pain and anxiety, like guilt, recrimination, and stifling anxiety. But now we're in this like quasi-separated state, and I don't know how long it's going to last. Either essentially, my wife's got this attitude of like, I don't give an F about anything anymore, right? And that's basically from all my emotional abuse. Like it's turned her emotions off. Plus, she fell out of love with me because she loves me, but she doesn't like me because I've just been this. Again, I haven't been me. I've been like a hollow shell of me, and I was able to cover it up because I'm like, funny and charming, which has always done well for me, right? Not this time, but I was always able to cover it up. And so most people didn't know. I know, but there's been no substance to me, right? There's been nothing inside me of any real substance. Interesting idea. Like you have the Bible is what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? The Bible is serialized. So each week represents like the flavor of the week, right? So this week we're up to the coming week we've got the end of the 10 Commandments, and we got the 10 plagues, and we got the plague of darkness. Now the plague of darkness was it wasn't regular darkness. Talk about darkness as really the absence of light. It said no, this was actual darkness, and the last 3 days of it formed like a layer around it, which that morphed around all the Egyptians, and it was like in their noses and in their eyes. They couldn't move. They were supposed to be the thickness of a coin, right? And they couldn't move. The only thing that would dissipate it was it didn't affect the Jews, right? And it didn't affect the Jews because they were connected to theology, right? Via Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And so, the idea of it, and so whenever they went into one of the Egyptians' houses, then they created light as they went in, and they went in, by the way, because they were slaves for 270 years, and they went in to take their shit, right, to take all their gold and stuff like that, which eventually ended up being used in the golden calf as payment, right? So they, but the light dispelled that darkness, right? And I have to tell you, reconnecting to God via theology, which I've started today, has made that and the creative writing has really made an incredible difference to me. Right? It's made an absolutely mind-blowing difference to me. So my first thought was, I can't wait to tell my wife, right? Which is why we got to separate, right? Like, again, we're sharing a bed, literally, but still. But I'm really looking forward to telling her what's going on with me. So our couples counselor offered me a free session today over Zoom. Can check on it. She was really worried, right? She was really worried, and and she was like, I could totally see the difference in you already. And I really hope I don't see my wife before Wednesday, because I want her to be surprised, right? I don't know. And look, again, she's got to heal a lot. She's got to get her emotions working again. Then she's got to define herself. And I just may be too weird for her to live with, right? I mean, that's really, and I really don't want to get divorced. I don't want to have to start over again. That's a real bummer. But I don't have that, like, again, my emotional, like, blah, speaking over the last couple of months, that's really done now, because I was waiting for this period to be over, this 6 to 8 weeks initial to be over. And when 8 weeks hit and it wasn't, I started to freak out. And now look, this could last 3 months, it could last 6 months, it could last a year, it could end with us deciding to get divorced, or it can end up with us deciding to reconcile. I really don't know, right? I really, really, really don't know. My wife, when she gets her emotions back, she may love me again, she may hate me, and she could legitimately hate me for the things I did, right? I wouldn't blame her at all, right? I really, and again, I didn't do anything physical. I don't want to be clear, right? I was just a dick, right? But boy, was I a dick. So that's so. As far as you're concerned, you're going to get a lot more creative work coming out of me, because, man, I am so up for writing. And that's the other thing, right? In Israel, it takes about 6 months to 2 years to get into a psychiatrist, and that's been pretty bad since October 7th, because there's a lot of people who need a psychiatry. So my personal therapist, right? She's friend with a psychiatrist in the town that they're in, who speaks English, which is good. And she got me in there. The cost of it is crazy. It's more expensive than a high-end hooker, right? So I'm thinking, maybe a high-end hooker, if it's the same money, maybe that might do the trick and get my mind also. But a high-end hooker can't prescribe medication. So, at least, not legally. Unless she's a psychiatrist as well, right? I guess she'll charge double for that. Anyway, so that's what's been going on. My bit's half hour in already. That's what's been going on with me. And listen, I'll let you know if anything changes. Right? Look, my wife needs a lot of space from me right now. Right? And I'm hoping that space is really going to help her. And again, I hope by the end of it we reconcile. I really, really do, because man, I mean, we've been married for 30 years. Like 30 years is a long fucking time, mate. It is a long time. And like, I want to grow older with that, but What doesn't really matter. Anyway. So there you go. That's a channel update, really. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the chat. 1 second. Let's pull up the thumbnail. Oh, and I am so freaking tired today. Let me tell you. The where is it? Doink. Oh, a bit of 7 or 9 action. 7, you stay there, darling. I'll be right back with you. This thumbnail's awesome, right? This thumbnail is absolutely awesome. I forgot what I was just going to say. I can't remember. I cannot remember. Yeah. So yeah, we got to talk about Star Trek Academy. Oh yeah. My grandkids and my kids were all here for Sabbath again. The babies are so cute. Oh, they're so cute. But the thing is this, my wife. She gets this weird superpower from staying up all night and looking after the babies. Right, so it tells my kids, you go get a night's sleep and we'll take care of it. And obviously she gets up much more than me, right? And she just it kind of feeds her. It's the weirdest thing. It really genuinely gives her energy. It's beyond me how, right? But I didn't get much sleep for the last couple of days. And yesterday I did a live stream. I eventually it got to 11 o'clock my time, which was 9 o'clock UK time. I was like, I can't. I've got to go. And I went to bed, but still I didn't get enough sleep. So I am really, really tired. Right, I am really, really, really tired right now. Anyway, with that, let's get to the chat. Fuck me, says 7. This shit is way more evil than anything we did in the Mirror universe. Well, that is true. Deep dive review for the first 2 episodes. If I can stay awake, right? If I can stay awake, I don't know. Star Wars Original Trilogy returns, yes, to Disney. Anyway, 7. Is there anything you would like to do to? Well, I love the 7 of 9 Mirror TNG Mirror universe thing. I mean that just works, doesn't it? It just works in every way, shape, and form. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, you're welcome. Let's get to that. Bloody Starman's going to spy on WhatsApp messages. He already does. There was a policeman. That's OT saying this. There was a policeman, wasn't he, who lost his job and was arrested for saying something in a private WhatsApp group. It's crazy. Starmer is never going to be prime minister again unless they take away the vote, right? Archer Godin here, Archer Godin. As is Darren M. Mr. Mac, Wi-Fi B is here. And we start in 5 minutes. Rabbi is never late. He always arrives exactly when he intended to. That's true. It's like, I like the... you ever read Alan Moore's Top 10? Which is a city where literally everybody is a superhero. I didn't notice the Klingon turns his head. Wait, look at that. Wait, we'll see in a minute. I'll play it again. Hang on. Wait, come on, Klingon. I literally just saw it move its head. No, him. Yeah, well, that was weird. There he goes. That is weird. Now it's not a face at all. Now it's just got an arse face. And now it's a Klingon again. Okay, it's very confusing. Yeah, there was the taxi driver in Top 10 was called Zen Cabs, who was like blindfolded, and he would just go and pick you up by sensing where you needed a cab at the time and take you where you needed to go. Lord Thoth is here. Lord Thoth, thank you for joining us. And Dr. Alex is here. How are you doing, Jonathan Cox? P.D. Richards, not Terminator Genesis. Thankfully not. There we go. Well, we're up now, whizzing through the chat. Archer Collins, hello to you. DVN or D5N? I'm not sure. Lily Reinhardt on my... Well, okay. Inquiring minds want to know. Let's have a look. We'll do this first. Now, hang on. So it's... What's the name? Lily Reinhardt. Okay, let's share that screen, baby. So I said, well, we're back with you soon, okay? Back with you soon. Doink. Lily Reinhardt, let's see. She's not, I don't know. Doesn't really do it for me. Right? Doesn't really do it for me. She's pretty. I know. I kind of like the less subtle, more porny look, quite frankly. Who is she? What'd she do? She's 29 years old. Clickbait review. Lily Reinhardt is an actress. She gained recognition for playing Betty Cooper in the CW teen drama Riverdale. Okay, fine. So that's the first one. And who's the second one? Margaret Qualley. Let's have a look. Margaret Qualley. Oh, it comes right up. They must know who she is. That's a no as well. What's she been in? She is American actor, daughter of Andrew McDowell, Andrew McDowell's way harder, I'm sorry. She was trained as a ballet dancer. Well, that makes it a bit harder, I have to tell you. She made an acting in 2013 drama Palo Alto and gained recognition. She was in The Leftovers. Oh, I remember her. Leftovers was a great show. I do like The Leftovers. Who did you play in The Leftovers? Did you play like the daughter? Because I think she went on to be in that History of Porn show. What was it? The Deuce, right? One second. Where is Leftovers? Hang on. I'm pretty sure she played the daughter in The Leftovers. Here, we'll do a search. Leftovers 2014-17. So who's she playing that? Justin Theroux's fantastic in that, right? Absolutely fantastic in that. Main cast. Oh, Christopher Eccleston was in that. That she was fantastic. Oh, he was fantastic. Yeah, okay, she played a daughter. But was she also in The Deuce? I'll do a search for that. I'm pretty sure she wasn't she? D-E-U-C... No, guess not. D-U... Am I spelling it wrong? No. I can't... The Deuce was a weirdly good show. Right? I have to tell you... Hey, do we just have a film that looks like a TV? No. Okay, she wasn't in that. So again, I don't know. She looks... I'm more of a... what's the word? I'm more of a Sydney Sweeney. Like, I don't like subtlety. This is way too subtle for me. I mean, I'm sure she's a lovely girl, right? Sure, she's a lovely girl, but not for me. Not for me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to tell you. Good question, though. D59 or Dven? I'm not sure. Again, this is more the way I roll, ladies and gentlemen. I just got... Dan is how you doing, Dan? Thank you for joining us at the Facebook. Thank you for joining us. I'm just cooking the tea and having a listen. Okay. So you can't either... so you can't answer either the Vorlons or the Shadows. Why not? Oh, who are you and what do you want? Well, I can now, right? Again, I just didn't realize I just lost me, right? I completely lost the essence of me. I think it's going to really help the channel as well, right? I think honestly, the only thing I'm really kind of happy with I've been doing in the last few years is this channel, is this little community I built up, right? It's lovely, right? It really is lovely, that's really the only thing I pride for over the last 5 years. So I can answer them now. Who am I? What do I want? I'm a religious artist. That's who I am. Petey Rich says, Rabbi, my friend, we've all lost ourselves a bit in this cultural war. War's hell, even a virtual war like this. And, the 2 years of the actual war didn't help anyone. Let me tell you, that was a stress fest for forever. And that probably delayed this cataclysm, right, in my mind. Not making like your situation is Archer Colin. I can't wait to see what else is happening. But I'm reminded of the country song. Oh, I can't click on that. I don't know. Now let me see. Okay, one second. We'll go to the YouTube page. I got press. Okay, Archer Colin. Okay. What is the country west song? Let's find out. I know she still loves it. Again, dude, that she didn't leave me. She hasn't left me yet. I mean, I fucked up so many times over, right? I fucked up over and over and over again, right? Really, I have. Dr. Alex is here. I've said hello to you on. Dan's still saying hello to everybody. Star Wars got the country sanctioned by us. He's a total more. Yes, he is the worst of the worst, right? He is the worst of the worst. But I am looking forward to you reading my. I'm not sure it's going to be a novel or not novella, right? Called Space Oddity, right? I am, and I got other stuff I'm going to be working on as well, right? I really want to do a lot of writing, a lot of creative stuff. That'll be fan, Dabby, Double Dozy. You know who should not be writing and doing creative stuff? Alex Kurtzman. Or Chris Chibnall. It's not your bag, man. Let me tell you. It's not your bag. It's not for you, right? It just isn't. I don't know why you would think it's for you. It's not for you. So we're going to talk about the... hey, do I have any clips lined up before we get to it? Okay, 1 second. I got to share this. This is hilarious. Share screen. This is a screen grab from the second episode. Sometimes it's just good to see something really big, said no one to the rabbi ever. Where was that? I was trying to see if I got any of the promotional clips, and then we'll get into the actual story. God help us. We've got bookmarks. I'm sure I bookmarked some shit. Wow, that's impressive. Right, it's Kurt. There's Reno. God help us. Joanna Lumley. I get here. Is there a hashtag I can look at? We'll do here. Hashtag Star Trek Starfleet Academy. Just everything about it is bad. Like literally everything about it is bad. There's nothing I can recommend it for, right? It really isn't, right? But where's the promotional stuff? Oh, everything about it's awful. It really genuinely is. There's literally nothing I could recommend it for. I mean, it's just, how did it get made? That would be a much more interesting show, seeing how this piece of shit actually got made, right? To see every level of absolute what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word? Incompetence, right? How every level of incompetence is that had to go to get to this awful place. Oh, I know there was a clip with Paul Giamatti somewhere. Holly Hunter. Again, she's so badly cast in this, right? She is. Here, I'm going to do Starfleet Academy. Paul Giamatti. Who doesn't puts actually a good. Here it is. Does a pretty good job, I have to tell you. I mean, he's just a good actor, right? He is just a good actor. So let's pull some of these up before we get to the review. What we got here? Here we go. And again, it's worse than you can possibly imagine, right? It's worse than you can possibly imagine. It's not Star Trek at all. It is a YA thing that's not going to take off with the Star Trek coat of paint, which they spent like $17 million an episode. I mean, like, again, how many layers of intense incompetency does that come through? Anyway, this is the first thing they thought might be a good idea.
That we are redefining what it means to be a warrior. You know what I mean? Like, a warrior doesn't always mean picking up, a weapon and going into battle. There's like a lot of
the area is built like ripped like hell.
Other battlefields. And so I think that's what we're doing in Starfleet Academy with Klingons.
Oh, he's a Klingon? Oh god, that Klingon is useless. Okay. Just literally everything they say is cringe, right? Because it's Jet Reno.
Cool Star Trek world of the inclusivity and the It knows no bounds, and that's
well, again, that's not good when it knows no bounds. That's when you get into weird shit, right?
I mean, that's always progressive. It's always moving forward, and
yeah, but you move forward into Bizarroville territory.
I can't think of an element of the entire show or series that isn't that way.
Everything before Kurtzman, darling. Everything before Kurtzman. Do they explain, Archer Collin, how a holographic image can not only move around the bridge, but apparently react to things that should be out of his field of view? No. Okay, this isn't Star Trek, and it's not for you. Okay, that's what you got to understand. It is not Star Trek, and it is not for you. I mean, it is YA Pat. If you like YA Pat, you might like it, right? Let's see what this is. Starfleet Academy's humor. Oh God, it's so cringe.
Attention all personnel. The mess hall is now open. Make sure to visit.
Holly Hunter is awful. I mean, she's a great actor, but she's like 4'4", right? And has no authority whatsoever. Has a weird face.
Because sometimes hunger is the greatest enemy of all.
Sometimes hunger. Say that again.
Attention all personnel. The mess hall is now open. Make sure to visit, because sometimes hunger is the greatest enemy of all.
Hunger. Yeah, and then they talk about how they got like special coffee on sale. I'm like, what happened to the anti-capitalist world? I don't know. Hunger. I don't know. Sorry, I'm going to read. Did the Captain Kirk meme from? What's this?
Bioscans confirmed. Welcome, Captain Ake. Please enter your comfort settings.
Oh God, Captain Ake, she's a terrible name.
Command station settings confirmed.
All right, people.
Yeah, what the hell is up with this?
Let's go to San Francisco.
Unusual reading was detected approximately.
Yes, this is all crazy.
3 minutes from our current position.
Are you getting these readings?
This is on the bridge. This is on the bridge of a military vessel.
Guys, you're not making a lot of sense. Captain, we're detecting an anomaly ahead.
Or your little ship becomes a tomb.
The Enterprise has just discovered a strange new planet in the Gamma Fallopian star system. Mr. Sulu, ahead warp 9.
Again, that must be all the Star Trek they saw, right? That must be it. And let's say Paul Giamatti, an actual good actor.
In the last episode where you're like, he's not entirely wrong about some of this stuff. It kind of begins there with Star Trek, that they began to question the integrity of all the institution and stuff like that in great ways. And then
Talk about Deep Space Nine.
Then that sort of fell away, and it's back, I think, more in this.
It's because Kurtzman doesn't know how to write anything, right? He can only do like the most basic tropes.
Series particularly. And yes, I think I did have that one probably as it's my favorite one, and so it's probably built into my brain. I'm wired into my brain more. So I think consciously or unconsciously, I was thinking more of that one. And the sort of, yes, and he does step in and start to question everything. His motives are weird, they're questionable. He's a questionable guy, but the fact that he's doing it at all is not necessarily not a useful thing. You know, and he may be right about some stuff that isn't. By the end, there's some stuff in the last episode where you're like, he's not entirely wrong about some of this stuff. And he doesn't necessarily get a satisfactory answer either. And so it's actually very...
I disagree. I disagree.
But it's interesting. That's what's great about it.
Holly Hunter looks so much more normal in real life.
It's a little bit more got that gray, those gray tones to it, this show.
Yeah, a gray tone. No, it's just brown and nutty tones, I would say. Snortos Q-Bar is here. Haven't seen you for a while. Thank you for joining us. Sorry, if he's a hologram, how can he interact with it? It's like a hard light drive, you know. And also holograms in Star Trek were solid, right, on the holodeck, and now they got like a he had a holo emitter in Voyager, and it's the same hologram. He's like just 800 years later or something like that. Again, it's not Star Trek, okay? Don't think this is Star Trek, right? So let's get into these episodes. Video file. Episode 1, an hour and 15 torturous minutes long. So the first thing, okay, I'll show you. Okay, you go for the 6th anniversary. You go, okay, this looks cool. Nice Enterprise. Into the movie Enterprise. Into Enterprise D. Into Defiant, way too big. Into Voyager. Okay, you're doing good. Into Enterprise, yes, the original Enterprise. Really? No, don't give us your bullshit. Like, oh, let's piggyback on Star Trek, and then okay, Enterprise you can stay with, and then oh god, the god awful shit from this series, right? Oh, it's one of the worst designed starships I've ever seen. Yeah, okay, fuck off. Anyway, so let's start. CBS Studios, you should be ashamed of it. How did you spend the money on this is beyond me, right? So we're on an alien planet, right? This is before the burn, during the burn. And there's She-Hulk there, Titania Maslany with, there's no fathers in this shit because fathers are bad. White men are bad in this, okay? You just got to accept it. White men are always bad. And she's talking to her son and he's saying, oh, yeah, I met a bad man who fed us and gave us food, but I didn't ask him where he got the food from, and I helped him and we stole it. And she's like, also, she's very sciencey. She says, oh, look at all the planets there. She's teaching her little boy all the sciencey stuff, right? And he's got a little robot teddy bear. And it's also sad because she's about to be arrested for helping Paul Giamatti do a hijack, right? So he is evil MAGA man, right? They bring evil MAGA man in, and this is Captain Akane. Is that Akane? I can't even fucking remember her name. She is literally, I mean, again, she's not quite as badly cast as Jodie Whittaker or Ncuti Gatwa, but in that ballpark, okay? So she sentences him to, I don't know, time in jail, right? And again, she's got this weird thing going with her lips. I don't know what's going on with that. And then Titania Maslany, who turned him and said, also, we're sending you to jail and taking your kid away. She's like, no, I trusted you. And they take her away and said, okay, you're going to become a ward of the Federation. We're going to take you to school and it's going to be fun. You're going to meet other kids. Everything's fine. Right, so she talks about it and says, "Oh, look, you're going to have so much fun there. Everything's going to be groovy." And again, this expression isn't abnormal, right? This is how she. Why? I don't know. I do not know. And they hug her. Can you get my little teddy bear for me? So she does, right? And she goes and gets it. And as she does, he works out how to break out, right? And goes into like, I don't know, breaks out into the this inhospitable planet. And then 15 years later, and on the, where is it? On the some penal colony, Virillic penal colony, right? So that little boy is grown up and he's being transferred to this penal colony, but he's stunning and brave and the bestest ever. And the evil white men abused him, who are the prison guards. Because how do you know they're evil? They're white men. They're white MAGA men. Oh, no, not the MAGA men. They're so white and they're so MAGA. Hold on. As the absent father must have been black, what can that be saying there? No, there's Archie Collins. Here's a mistake you're making. That these people have no intelligence whatsoever. These people are dumb as a box of bricks, right? They are dumb beyond dumb beyond dumb. These are stupid people, right? Do not think they're anything other than morons, because they are. They are absolute, complete freaking morons, right? So he's so stunning and brave, and he breaks out. Oh yeah, and he beats up all the evil MAGA white men, because they're evil and they're MAGA and they're white men. And he breaks into he hacks a shuttle, and because he's the bestest pilot ever. He's so bestest, he's so pilot, right? but then he gets captured by a big starship. And Star Trek Starfleet Academy. So now she's 15 years later. She's on Bajor. Fuck off, Bajor. I mean, again, the member bearers are placed in this thing completely senselessly. Like, completely senselessly. Right? Like, with, like, no rhyme or reason whatsoever. Genuinely no rhyme or reason. So, unlike Picard Season 3, which is the only good thing that has ever come out of the current Trek, right, which is actually very good. So she's working as a teacher in this school on Bajor, and she's negotiating the kids having ice cream. And the admiral from Discovery shows up, and she wants her to be the chancellor of the new Starfleet Academy. They're opening up again post-burn, right? And again, that Botoxy lips, they're just weird all the way through, right? I mean, how old is Holly Hunter? Let's look her up. 1 second. Holly Hunter. 67 years old, okay? It's just weird. Okay? You look at it and go, this is just weird. Anyway, so it's like, no, I don't want to go. I'm not going to, because I left Starfleet because we sent that woman to jail and took her kid away, and I don't like separating children from families. I mean, really? Are you trying to make some kind of social commentary there? I think you are. And it's a bad one. Everyone in Starfleet Academy was shy. The acting actually, a few actors did quite well, right? So okay, we found the boy you've been looking for 15 years. We found the boy who escaped from you, but you can let him come to Starfleet Academy if you become chancellor. So she's like, oh, okay then, right? So she goes to the prison he's at. And she said, okay, so this prison, they're going to cut your hands off and make you tunnel with your stumps until you die. Or you can come and join Starfleet Academy. He's like, well, okay, then. I'll do Starfleet Academy. I don't fancy being stumpy. Right? And now we'll try and find your mother as well. Right? So then she's on a shuttle to whatever the name of her ship is. The Anthea or something. And again, everything about this is weird. Also, they arrive on the ship, the USS Anthea, the worst designed ship I've ever seen. Like truly awful, right? And it looks like a mall, right? This is a starship, right? And it's got, I mean, look at this shit. It's got like trees in it, and like, how is this a starship? Somebody explain this to me here. Let's have.
Is now open. Make sure to visit, because sometimes hunger is the greatest enemy of all.
Steve Colbert. Fine. So she's like, okay, now you're going to join Starfleet. He's like, I don't like to. We're not after that yet. I don't like following no rules. And then one of the shittest characters of Star Trek ever shows up. The what's the bloody name? Let me see if I can find it. I just landed on her picture. There she goes. Oh god, she's awful. They should have cast Joe Martin. That would have been fucking hilarious. They should have cast Joe Martin in this, because she's essentially exactly the same. She's a mouthy black English woman, right? Oh, here, I'll let you hear her speak for a second.
Deck latrine duty, 6 months as interspecies vomit monitor, and 200 push-ups. Now! I said now!
I mean, like, okay, so she's part Klingon, part Jem'Hadar. Does that make any sense in continuity? No! No sense! No sense! It doesn't. It's like, the writers have just read, Athena, right? They've just read, like the Wikipedia of Star Trek, and then basically I was like looking through Aliens, like, oh yeah, well, let's do one of those as a lady. That'll be cool. We now had a lady one of those, and we'll be part Klingon, right? And again, whatever. I just don't understand this. Then she meets the Klingon, who is like a big softy Klingon, for some reason. And you have one of these aliens again, and they head off to their assignments. Like, I'm not going to get my hair cut and wear no uniform, not me. And they transport him to the next to where the induction, and in the transporter they change his clothes and cut his hair. He's like, what the hell? And then you have Robert Picardo show up, who doesn't embarrass himself. Like, okay, Robert Picardo, woke as fuck and a moron. Good actor. Still a good actor. I like Robert Picardo a lot. But this is shit. This is so shit. This is woke shit. I mean, like, that was my expression during most of this. Across between Star Trek Sontarans, a clone male race, and the Klingons, essentially. A Jem'Hadar and Klingon hybrid. Apparently, Peter Rich says a uniform even has Klingon symbols. That's stupid. Rob Picardo is actually whenever he's on screen, it's actually fun. I have to tell you. So she's like number one, and they're on bridge, and you get to meet the bridge crew, and you're like, they're all chicks, and they're all fat chicks, right? Super fat chicks. You can see that one in the background. And funky head alien. Hi, and she says hello to everyone. And gets in the seat, and they adjust it for a like tiny diminutive body, right? John DeCox has just created a proper Jem'Hadar. What are you part of the Dominion? Okay. Fine. And now that's another weird face alien. Like, this one just makes me want to scratch my face, right? But it's another stunning and brave woman, and they're all, and she's, now we're in Starfleet. And the ship is the Academy, right? And we're gonna go to San Francisco, the seat of Starfleet, right? Okay. Archer Colin, let me tell you, it doesn't get stupid enough yet. This character here on screen, who is a weirdo, and let me see if I can find her picture from the premiere where she looks fucking terrifying. Now, Star Trek. Even the name is shit. Right? The name is shit. She's not even in the main cast. Here, Keris Brooks. Keris Brooks premiere. Let's see if we can find her. Oh god, she's so fucking disturbing, this woman. Hang on, could be link address. Here we go. Share screen. Again, I want to be clear. This is what she looks like in Star Trek. Right? And this is what she looks like in real life. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. This is a scary visage. Like, what? Wait, what? Why? What is wrong with this woman? I don't know. So it gets stupider, right? It gets stupider in that this character. I lost a picture of her. That character is actually a hologram. She's the first photonic student at Starfleet Academy, right? And so she's also made of light. Yeah, again, that's pretty average for the bridge crew. There you go. She's photonic. She's a hologram. And she's like 3 weeks old, but I know. Jonathan Cox is like, what is that? A female Jaws. I find that a female Jaws from James Bond more scary though. And then look at all the member bearers they got here. Lieutenant Wesley Crusher. Who was it? I can't read the names. Lieutenant Nog. He was captain. He made a captain. Lieutenant Tom Paris. Why are these lieutenants there? Admiral Katina Cornwall, Admiral Alonso Freeman, Lieutenant Commander Data. This is all shit. Meaningless member berry shit. And like, we're back again, George. It's Captain Giorgio. And again, look at this ship. It looks so shit. And so they go on their flight to San Francisco. And again, and then she sits all curled up in a chair, like, I don't know. Fucking embarrassment, right? All the time there's these little things flying, these bots and everything flying around. Oh god, I hate them all, right? Hate them all. She's the vaguely hot one in it, and she's very socially awkward, the photonic one, because she is. But they make further again YA with the Star Trek coat of paint. And now you meet the emo Klingon. So she's a hologram. She has no actual physical needs and only exists within a computer, kind of. So this is the bad guy. This is the Malfoy of it, because he's evil white man, but he's not super bad because he's wearing a mask, as you find out, right? And they need to come into a fight, and then the doctor shows up and says, "What are you doing? No, don't do this. I've noticed, upgraded serotonin levels or something." And now the woman who's photonic is in awe of Robert Picardo's doctor, as he's kind of like the progenitor of her entire species, right? And off they go. And they're in space. Whoosh! And again, look at this shit. So now they're all signing up for their extracurricular stuff. The doctor wants to get people to sign up for the Opera Society. Robert Picardo loves to sing, so that they have them doing that quite a lot, right? But again, he's when he's on screen. Oh, that's annoying. Can you see in the background? You see it soon in bigger. One of the exocomps, I think they're called, in the background. The exocomp from the season 3. I think the shittest episode in season 3, Evolution, right, where these little robots gain sentience. So now they're in Starfleet, apparently. And he's remembering he's trying to find his mother. He can't find her anywhere. And he sends out a message to a mother on their secret frequency, right? And they kind of get close to hooking up. And again, look at this. Just why? What's she reading? And like, why? Who told her this was a good idea? Right? I don't know. Anyway, so there's I don't know. Fuck me. Yep. So the fat woman, the fat white woman in the blue top. She's the academic liaison, I think, for the ship. And she said they detect a temporal gravitational anomaly. So, well, this will be great for the whatever thing in Academy. So they go and stop and investigate it. And then, tachyon pulse. And then tachyon's detected. Really? Okay. And there's these like little mines, like the jack-o'-lanterns from that Green Goblin used in Spider-Man. Right? They go push, fire at the Anthea, and of course they're completely fucking useless. Right? I mean, why do they always have Starfleet being so incredibly talentless? It's beyond me. Right. I hope this travesty tank says that not that they seem to pay much attention to the low rating. How long did it Star Trek Discovery last? 6 fucking years. This is only going 2 years though. I mean, what again? This is why I don't care if Netflix buys Warner instead of Paramount. Like, Paramount, what the fuck are you doing with this? I don't give a shit about you now. And they strike the ship. And it covers it with like programmable matter that like is like a virus, like over the ship, like that. And all their weapons are flying. Then this big scary ship turns up, and then look at that, it's a big scary ship. Fuck me, big scary ship. What are we gonna do? And they don't have weapons, they don't have comms, and they're just like fucked essentially because these people are shit, right? These people are absolutely massively incompetent. Doctor's like, "Oh, stop getting hit! It's hurting everyone." And anyway, so they break onto. Have they broken onto the ship yet? And they go, things going boom, boom. Oh no! I think she's your autistic one, right? Who ate her comm badge. And the balls of Austin Powers regarding the woman in blue. She's a man, baby. Yes, she is. I thought he said she's a man. So yeah, the Joe Martin, the fugitive doctor, Jem Hadar Klingon, is bleeding Ketracel white for some unknown reason, right? I don't know. Where are all the Jewish folks in Star Trek future? I've never seen anyone in Keepers. You're absolutely right. Final Frontier must be a clue. Final, yes. I think I think you're forgetting Ensign Finkelstein, the ship's accountant. right? He was there. So anyway, so Joe Martin is her, or whatever her fucking name is, and they got to get to the sick bay, and she's gonna die. And so, and again, she has no authority, right? She has no authority whatsoever. And it's Paul Giamatti is back, and he's really mad at her for putting him in prison, right? Meanwhile, the stunning and brave son of Titania Masley knows how to deactivate the programmable matter. Turns out he only came there because he got the message from the son of Titania Masley, right? And he's like, now my team's going to beam over and we're going to steal your warp core because, and if you don't, we're going to kill you all, right? So she tries to slow him down with bamboozling him. And he's just so much. Here, I think we'll play that clip. And again, this is just so cringely bad.
Anti-tampering protocols will activate. Your guys will have to take it apart, all by stem seal. You could just rip it up, but your buyers aren't going to pay top dollar for broken components.
And I like the world I didn't like, and they use stem cell as another member barracks from a Deep Space Nine episode. Finds it okay, no Trixo, and off they go. And again, they're absolute shit. They've been invaded with somebody else. He wants to be a doctor, so he has to pull out this big chunk of shrapnel that's got caught in her. This is just a fucking embarrassment, right? He's trying to deactivate the programmable matter. Bad guys arrive to take apart engineering. Oh, so yeah, they have to. For some reason, the annoying guy has to go out on this guy, the evil whitish guy, has to go out on the surface of the planet, right? And on the surface of this ship, and turn something off. Why don't they just get a hologram to it? Is he also a holo projection? No, this one is he's wearing an evil white man mask, and he takes it off, and he's really this sort of alien, right? And out he goes into space. He can survive in space for 8 minutes as he goes to I don't know, do some piece of shit. Who knows what it is? Some plot detail. And is he going to survive? I don't know. Of course he is. Of course he is. But he heroically does it, thus redeeming himself. And they beam him back in the nick of time because they're reasonably shit. She's like, get the shit out of me! So he eventually does that, and she's, it's time for my tea break. I don't know, some cream buns. He's about to press deactivate to the whatever it is that's taken over the ship, and he gets met by Paul Giamatti. Has a reasonably shit fight sequence. Again, what is up with this shit? How's she sitting? Oh, so they get, and he dispatches him, and they get the power back, and they blow everybody up. Here, what's it? And again, let me do this. Yeah, look at that white blood stain. That she bleeds Ketracel white for some unknown reason. And now we make it to San Francisco. It's so cringe. Here's the music they play. All across the they're playing Are You Going to San Francisco? And they go there, and just the middle bit lands, and that's the Academy. Again, these fuck off with this shit. By the way, on the stream last night, everybody else was mad about the black and white woman, right? Because that's from Let This Beat Be Your Last Battlefield, right? And those two people were the last people in their species to fight. I'm like, there's so many ways you can write around that. Right? Somebody found the gene bank and resurrected them. It's another similar species. I mean, look, can you tell Beta Zets and humans apart? I can't. They look identical, right? And there's so many explanations you can have for that. But the explanation is member berry. Everything about this is member berry. It's a YA. It's a shitty YA story told painted in Star Trek member berries, and it's awful. It is just awful. In every way. It really is. I don't know. Why would you make something that Starfleet fans are going to watch and go, holy shit? How? And now he's in trouble for hacking the comms to communicate to find his mother. And she says, well, we should expel you, but you're going to get menial duty or something. I don't fucking know. A slap on the wrist. Right? And he's like, I don't take anybody else's authority. And she's like, just do your time and we'll help you find your mother. And executive producer Alex Kurtzman, and that's a problem. Okay. Beta sets have black eyes and are telepathic unless they're deaf for some reason. Well, I didn't know that. But again, look, listen. I could not tell that Deanna Troi wasn't human. I wasn't really looking at her eyes, frankly. Right, frankly. I trust you, Rabbi. Not that I've seen the story. In all fairness, in the Next Gen, there was one man in a dress. Oh, yeah, no, that first season Next Gen is horrible. Right? The first season Next Gen is truly, truly awful. Okay, and they tortured us with a second episode. Ugh. Why? I don't know. Okay, so we got the... although this one's only an hour. Thank God. Fine. So, do they... Oh, full semester. And everything has these little things flying around. Alex Kurtzman just says, the more shit you have whizzing around the screen, nobody knows how shit it is. Look.
If you want to serve the gas...
Right? Like, just whiz things around on screen. Lots of that. Again, she's tiny and weird. Holly Hunter. Is that a Ferengi? That's a really bad reinvention of the Ferengi. Like, the original DS9 ones were way better. Right? No, I mean, they're not the original DS9 ones. It was originated on, what was it, first season? Okay, so they're getting integrated. They get this tub of mucus they got to carry around for no apparent reason. And the Doctor is, again, he's always good when he's on screen. He's by far the most enjoyable person on screen. There's a Vulcan in it for some reason. I can't remember. A fat Vulcan with big fluffy eyebrows. And giving classes. Again, she's just weird looking. Right? And so now they're on Starfleet Academy and the Gemheads are the ones in Picard Season 3. But the season Picard Season 3 was awesome. I love that Ferengi. The Gangster Rat Ferengi, that was good. Right? They're still temporary if they're deaf. Loud as a whisper. Okay. And they're doing physical training with her leading them. Okay, how is she doing the physical training when she's like so fucking fat? I mean, really? Yeah, a fat old woman's going to put you through your paces. Right? And she goes scaring people and they run off. Oh, yeah, another member berry. What was it? Boothby Park? Where is it? Boothby Memorial Park. Oh, fuck off. Have an original idea. Somebody have an original fucking idea. Like, somebody out there. Could you think you could do that? Do you think you can have an original idea? Any of you? No? Oh, fucking hell. So, oh yeah, and these are the titles. You're horrible. Seas growing and nothing to do with Star Trek whatsoever. Starfleet Academy. Okay, fine. Makes you long for it. It's been a long time. How is this based on the characters of based on Star Trek by Gene Roddenberry? I don't know how they think that's the case. Starfleet Academy, absolute shit. So apparently this is the character from. This actually probably wasn't bad, but I can't remember. Prodigy, right? This is a character in Prodigy, or maybe just a similar species. Escape starships. Again, she's like socially awkward and always smiling, the photonic one, and she's got like super photonic powers. She can do shit with light. Oh yeah, this is really annoying. You have the three of them sit down together, and yeah, you got one of those exobots in there. Just stop with your fucking member berries. Fucking useless. And why are they sitting down in the elevator, right? I don't know. Like, darling, you could stand being on your feet a bit more, let me tell you. And I know, normal Star Trek chit-chat. Well, not really. Fine. So now he's in trouble with something else. Oh, they don't want to share rooms because they're big enemies. Oh no. And he's like rude and disrespectful to her. I think they should just get rid of him, frankly. Right now, so the Beta Z delegation is coming. Apparently, Beta Z has been hiding behind a giant Beta Z wall. I thought it was just a planet. No, it's a whole section. It's a whole system. There's like a magic wall all around their entire system. Why is she wearing Mickey Mouse's Nautilus Cuba? I don't know. They're called Turboliths for a reason. Exactly. And fine. So she goes to meet the Beta Z delegation. Oh no! Now she's meeting the head of the War Academy that was handled all training during the burn, right? And it's an evil white man. Hi, I'm an evil white man. Why aren't you wearing shoes? Because I'm Holly Hunter. And she's like, just like let my little tootsies out sometimes. And again, she's just awful. There's nothing about that. You go, yeah, I like this person. More of that. So they go and they're going to meet the Beta Z. But why isn't she in dress uniform? I don't know. And fine. So now, was it Jet Reno gives a DEI lecture, and again, this one I'm sure she's supposed to be the autistic character, right? And Jet Reno goes, "Oh, we're also inclusive. We're lesbians in space." And he's like, "Oh, fuck off." Well, you don't like lesbians in space? No, not really. It's just a painful scene. And then you have these like holograms pop up when they. Right. So then, what's her name? The awkward photonic one, the awkward hologram, spills her mucus on him for some reason by mistake. Yeah. And he's all pouting.
7 minutes to get your next caffeine fix.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Bio.
Right. And this mucus will like eat you or something like that. So they send like a hologram appears and like plasters him with foam to get rid of it.
Biohazardous material detected.
Okay then. So then he goes to he wants to break out, and then that hologram appears and he overloads the matrix, right? And then you meet the new hot chick. So who are you, new hot chick? Not that hot, but again very YA hot, right? But not hot. And he's like, "Well, what did you break that? And why are you trying to break out?" I don't know. And they kind of like get on with each other. And then Starfleet security shows up and says, "You know that very high." So, okay, the Federation really wants the Beta Z to rejoin the Federation, right? They're hiding behind their giant wall, and they're going to have high top level negotiations in front of all the kids from Starfleet Academy, and they drag him to it. So here is the leader of Beta Z, and that's his daughter. Please sit, everybody. And they again, why are they having these negotiations in public? And essentially he says, "Listen, we'll be interested, but we're not exactly the students are allowed to carry biohazardous open material in the open containers." Yes they are, Archie Gollin. Yes they are. Again, don't struggle with logic and reason, everybody. Do not do that. That is not your friend. Oh, it's so shy. So they have these high-level negotiations. He's like, "Well, we don't." And also, he speaks sign language, which then gets translated into words, right? Here, I think this bit does his sign language thing appear yet? Hang on. And they're like, "We really want you to come back. That's why we're having these negotiations in public in front of everyone." right? And he's like, listen, Beta said safe behind its wall. The only way we'll consider it if you have like 12 starships around us at all times and 6 seats on the Starfleet Security Council and the power to veto any new species coming in. He's like, well, no, we're a bit more inclusive than that. And he's like, we can't really go for that. Yeah, and they bring him in, and he's like playing with the zipper during these high-level negotiations, being an arsehole. I don't know. And he's like, well, we have to do that. Yeah, that way we can know what's really happening here. So yeah, they want to go on a tour of Starfleet Academy. And she, the hot beta set girl, picks the whatever name, the main character. Hi, I'm an evil white man. Can you tell? The only non-evil white man is the Doctor, right? And they say so. They want him to lead it, and he's like, so she's negotiating with him, and he eats this awful fruit that thinks an apple. Well, who cares? Eventually, she wins the negotiation vaguely and wins. Oh, yeah. This is one of the dumbest things ever. Cheers, Cup Pavilion. Fuck off. Listen to the announcement.
All cadets in the Turner Wing. If you need an afternoon pick-me-up, visit the newly reopened Repla Cafe for a complimentary espresso drink. We're also thrilled to announce that we now serve Raktagino.
How's it complimentary when they don't have money? Everything's complimentary, right? Everything's complimentary. So he's showing around the school here, which is this. I think this ship. I don't know, but again, it's very, very present day with just a bit of a Star Trek coat of paint, right? Look, they're playing hacky sack.
So you've never been anywhere outside of?
All right, and they're getting on. Hi, we want to fuck each other. We're young teenagers and we're horny, right? Horny. And so he takes her to stellar cartography. He's trying to find his mother. He Paul Giamatti told him the name of a planet she was on, but there's no record in any Starfleet base database. But Beta Z it has it. She's behind the Beta Z wall, right? And he's like, yeah, we found it. And now more negotiations. And he's like, it just goes on and on. Who gives a shit? While they're doing that, they go to under the sea to look at these humpback whales, which are weirdly small, right? I don't know. And for some reason, this lands them in trouble, right? Oh, they're about to kiss, right? And he turns around and says, what are you doing? I'm trying to finger your daughter, mate. What do you think I'm fucking trying to do? Right? I'm trying, like, really? Duty, honor, and loyalty are a sacrifice of Klingon values. Well, they have Klingons in Starfleet now. No, you can't let this man finger bang you. No. And now you're in trouble. Well, what's going to happen? Nothing. So now in the negotiation, the Doctor is giving an operatic performance. And obviously with the same makeup as that alien from Star Trek Beyond. Why are you reminding anyone of Star Trek Beyond? Really? It's a bad idea. She turns up again. Could use a bit of a boob job to make that work, I would say. And he's like, can we work something out? And then Holly Hunter's just fucking awful in this, right? And oh god, you look at this, you go, but here, this is the entire vibe of the show. It's a teenage school drama, right? It's not good. This is the Beta Z son, basically the son. And they go and they chat again. Hi, we're still hot for each other. And then she finds out he was trying to find out where his mother was, and she feels used and walks off. So then Holly Hunter opens up stupid mouth, and she essentially ends the negotiations by saying something dumb. Okay. So who's that? Oh yeah, he's very buff, this guy. And I can't even remember what's going on. I don't really give a shit. So yeah, they're leaving, right? And he's like, can we, before you go, can we pitch you one last thing, right? And Holiana says, look, we were about to build the Starfleet base on where the world's called Tilly. She's turning up in a late episode. So they were going to build the Starfleet headquarters in Paris, but said, if you Beta Z joins, we'll build it in Beta Z, right? And that way you're going to be totally protected. And he's like, well, and also your son and daughter can come and join us at the Starfleet War College or and Starfleet Academy. So the hot chick goes to the War College, and the wimpy son goes to Starfleet Academy. And he's like, I found where the planet my mother said. I mean, got some leads, and he now takes an apple that's really an apple. He goes back to his room and finds the Beta Z kid living with him. He's the third roommate, and that's something given to him by his sister. And they're all friends now, right? They're all getting to know each other, and it's shit. And it's shit. Oh God, is it shit? It's really bad, right? It's really genuine. I mean, how bad is it? Let me just show you one more time. This is one of the people in it, right? This is one of the people in it. Do not adjust your screens other than to close it down, obviously. It's just shit, right? There's no other way to describe it other than it's just shit, right? Agonizing shit. I don't want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen. Agonizing dumb shit. There's a lot of it about, right? There is a lot of it about. What should we get to next? I'm running out of steam, so I think we'll look at a little bit of Doctor Who stuff. This Twitter account, which I'm really enjoying right now, loving the AI. There we go. Doink. Who is this? Twitter is. Yeah, I'll put it in the chat. This is George the Fourth. It's George Keynes, I think, maybe. I don't know. Put it in the chat. Doink. But yeah, I love what he's doing here. A Yeti sitting on the loo and tooting back, right? Mysterious web over. This is just perfect. I'm sorry. It's really good. Someone was bound to use AI to bring this John Pertwee anecdotes like so. I proudly present a Yeti sitting loo and tooting back. It really works. It really works astonishingly well. Some cool Surrey Harriet stuff. Again, this stuff is that trout is great, right? A couple of different shots. A Radio Times publicity, so shot 68 for a Doctor Who cover that never was. But here's the thing I found really super impressive. Again, I just like AI. Check this out. This is something I've always wanted. Right? I gotta find. Yeah, let me find the account that made this. So yeah, this is an AI recreation of the Five Doctors. What the best scene in the Five Doctors here? Where's the? Let me get the guy's YouTube account up. Hang on, doink. Castorberus AI. Oh, he's got a bunch of stuff. Who's that? Is that my dog? Hello, Daisy. How you doing, honey? So check this out. Moving a bit too slow. No, pretty darn cool. It's not bad, but the JNT version is still better. They move like lightning, Sarah Jane, like greased lightning. They got to make that move quicker. I'm sorry. And I preferred it when it like shot out like actual bladed weapons. Yeah, that's in the cool bar. This is from the 5 Doctors. It's so sad because it's actually inferior to the original. Yeah, so they like it when they're shooting darts. This stuff's very impressive. This is pretty fun. But I would use AI to put different Cybermen into World Enough in Time or the Doctor Capaldi before the Christmas episode. Yeah, we already went with it. So John Nathan Turner directed the original version of this. Here, let's put up the original version of that, which is again, it's so much better. And I'm not dissing that guy. I mean, good for him. Good for him. Doctor Who. 5th Doctor. 5 Doctors. Let's do the most recent version. 5 Doctors special did not 95. Which one? Which 40th anniversary? Let me pull that up. Problem Being's here. Hey then, Problem Being. See, I just wish they had like a Gallifreyan orange tins on there.
It isn't armed.
There we go. Again, John Nathan Turner did this with the 2nd unit, the Cybermen fight. Can't be that far out. Oh, here we go. Doink. Don't move, Sarah Jane. Yeah, I'm sorry. Again, the movie it's so cool, right? It is so cool. It is a shame that Tom Baker did. Did you see? You're back on X. Oh, awesome! Says probably. That's excellent. Thank you. Too bad Tom Baker didn't want to do the 5 Doctors, but I thought again, this is where John Nathan Turner really excelled himself. Right, using the clips from Sharda. Yeah, this is again probably some of the best direction in Doctor Who. Like go to a tight shot in a second, so they come up. When he throws up. There you go. I love that shot. That's combined with the music. I prefer that teleport effect. You could get a shot off now. It ends with Cybermen being decapitated.
Robots extra.
Did I get? Yeah, this is just class. Yeah. Again, I'm all in for AI, right? All in for AI. They actually did some. I saw he's got a Blake 7 thing he put out as well. Let's have a look. Twink. Let's see what he did with that. Blake 7. It was Blake's face in the original one. This is pretty good. Right, season 2. One of the reasons it's so much better is the costumes. I'm sorry, those June Hudson costumes make everything look better. Who is that? Blake? That's nice. That's good. That's really good. I don't recognize any of these yet. That's pretty cool. Again, I'm a big proponent of using AI, right? It's all down to taste. I think I think AI has to really recreate the original feeling. Keep up the good work, but I have to say, I do very much prefer the original. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm knackered. I am knackered. I'm cream crackered. I'm going to climb the wooden hill to Bedfordshire and head off into the sunset. Thank you for joining me tonight. Please like, share, subscribe if you haven't done so already. What's that about Archie Conning just post? I think, while I think of it, part two of our tournament themes tonight. Oh, go check that out, everybody. Go check that out. I am sure it's going to be fantastic. No, damn you! Orange tinge. Gallifrey is grey and slate cold. I like the new look, Gallifrey. I really do. That's just me for you. Anyway, yeah, fine. I'm going to stay here for a second longer to show you what I particularly like. Right? Let's go over here. Fourth Doctor, Invasion of Time. Where is it? It is not Horror Fangro. Invisible Man, Invasion of Time. Let me find this is the Cunning Monkey re-edit with new effects. Where is it? Invasion of Time. It's the Matrix edition. I think must be. Let's start over here. I think it's part 2.
I am here to claim my legal right. What?
Yeah, honestly, I do like them putting the modern stuff in the classic. A lot of people don't, but I do. Oh, yeah. There's a great shot with Leela and Rodan, right? Like in the in the wild, in the was it outside the Citadel? Was that in the first episode then, I guess? Nothing.
What's your name?
It's so funny how Rodan was so clearly meant to be the companion. Yeah, I think this is a great shot of Gallifrey. I think really works. Oh, yeah, just before here. Again, I love the orange tint. For me, this works. If it's not for you, it's all groovy, baby. But yeah, this I think is stunning. None of this is AI, by the way, but I love the citadel on the back. So yeah, I like that a lot. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, now I really am going. Right now, I really am going. It depends how they insert SMX into the old stuff. At least in part, I agree with you completely. I agree with you completely. Fine. With that, ladies and gentlemen, hit the Emperor.